Hello, George. How are you doing?
Hello, fellow Thamesmen. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you very much. You having a wonderful day?
I am. It's been a lovely day. I got some exercise, got some fresh air, feeling energized.
Perfect, man. Are you in touch with your inner temple?
In a pub.
My inner temple's closed for repair. Right. So, for those who have not seen, and that's not many of you left, but those who have not seen our wonderful TV program, what we do is we have a Wheel of Fortune and it picks what we're going to do. And the last Wheel of Fortune picked was cover versus original.
So we are going to attempt in one video to show the original in all its glory. And I've picked out a cracker, and Alex has got a cover version he thinks might beat it.
So what I did is I went and picked a cover of a band or a musician that has covered a song, and asked George to go and get the original and try and beat me. So George, what is your track?
Well, we are going back to a fellow Oxford band,
Fellow Thamesmen.
Thamesmen, or what do they call it in Oxford? They call it the ISIS for some reason. They don't.
The ISIS is a Roman name for the River Thames. It's a god, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's really pretentious. It's like we don't call it the Thames, we call it the ISIS. But
They're educated.
We're not. But anyway, enough of this. Radiohead is the whole thing. They're an Oxford band, and the song is "Creep."
Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And we could wibble on about Radiohead and everything we know about Radiohead later on from the Oxford days. But first of all, let's just do this song because I love this song.
It's a cracker. Right, are you ready?
No, not yet.
After all that.
I know. I am now. Why don't you put your headphones on, your little headphones?
You have a real issue with my headphones.
I don't have a real issue.
You do. I think you're jealous.
I think you've just got a complex.
I tell you, when I got my headphones on, it's like sonic heaven.
Do you know Billy Crockett?
Billy Crockett?
He had 3 ears. He had 3 ears.
Where was the third ear?
He had a wild front ear. Right.
That's terrible.
Let's do it.
Is that your dad joke to your kids?
Oh, it's an absolute genius joke, that one.
That's awesome.
No, my joke for the kids is at Halloween when I get you know Twix, the candy bar. I put it up my sleeve, and they say, "What's that, Dad?" I got a few Twix up my sleeve.
Oh, you are terrible.
Right. If you like what you're doing, if you like what we're doing, please like. If you don't, you give us thumbs down, and we'll keep changing it. But hopefully, with those jokes, it's
you're going to keep coming back for more, aren't you? At that point,
I know. Let's do it.
Can't help yourself.
Ready?
You ready?
Yeah. Count us in.
3, 2, 1, go.
Just like an angel, your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so fucking special. But I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing? I don't belong here. just wanna have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. I want you to notice when I'm not around. You're so fucking special. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing? I don't belong here. Whatever makes you happy, whatever you want. You're so fucking special. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep.
Oh,
Fantastic.
oh my God.
How long did he hold that note for? It was like a primal scream, you know. It was like from the soul, you know, like
There's so much anxiety in the song
yeah,
and so much vulnerability, which is the attraction of it.
yeah.
The vulnerability of him. I mean, who doesn't want a perfect body? Who doesn't want the perfect soul? Who calls himself a creep? So, you know, and then he goes and does that note. And it's like, oh my God.
Does this come back to what we were saying about David Gilmour, about he plays with emotion?
Yes,
You know,
it could be.
and Tom York sings with emotion. You know, it's not. It's like it's really heartfelt. That it's like even more so than the album version. You know, because it's live and it's real, and you hear the crowd knowing all the words and singing along with it, and just like it's you're going to be hard pushed to beat that version.
When you, I mean, you can't underestimate how big an influence or how big a impact Radiohead made on the British music scene. I mean, the album OK Tourist, you know, just, you know, but that song in particular, when you are younger and you are body conscious and you are so charged with emotion, and he isn't the greatest looking guy, is he? He you know, and he's up there and he's like, he's laying his soul bare on stage, and he's saying, I'm ugly, I want to be beautiful, I'm a creep. You know, it's just like, how vulnerable do you have to be? And then to sing without emotion, you just fall in love with him for his vulnerability in the band. And the stabs of the guitar just underline it when it comes in, just vicious rips. And that's what it is, rips of the heart, rips of paper, just like, oh, it's just fantastic.
Yeah, it's a magic, clever song and just deep, really. And that's what Radiohead have always done, though, you know, and just like they're intelligent, really intelligent about their music. You know,
I've got to go back and listen to OK Choice. So I mean, that was the album that in the naughty 90s. I think it was the 90s. Yeah, it was definitely 90s. I remember I had a VW van. I was in the back of it asleep, and we were driving down to Cornwall, and the sun was coming up. And I woke up, and they were listening to OK Computer, and we were, the sun was coming up, and the OK Choice album, OK Computer album, and it's just, I forgot how what a phenomenal album that is.
Yeah, no, like particularly some of those early albums were amazing. Or was it Pablo Honey as well?
Yeah.
One of the earliest ones. So that was like,
I told you that Scully over in Oxford, and he was all connected in with them. And for those who haven't seen our other Radiohead, go and see it, because we were all kind of entwined with Radiohead in Oxford at one point. But yeah, he had that on a 2-inch, and they had that song for quite some time. And I heard it on the 2-inch, and I was in this house in Oxford, and they put it on. He put it on. It was on a 2-inch. It was like, I was just like, they didn't. I just knew there and then they were just going to be just. And there was nothing I could write that would ever be as good. They was destroyed by that. That was phenomenal version. Phenomenal. Where was that? Where was that?
I'll
Glastonbury.
It was a big old crowd, but it didn't look like the Pyramid. But anyway, I'll look up. Not entirely sure. I'll be honest with you. So
yeah. What a great track.
Okay.
I didn't expect it to be that good.
Well, let's see what you've got. Well, I tell you what. Why don't we take a quick break, and then while we take the break, we can queue up your version, and we will see what happens.
Great. All right. See you after the break. Cheers.
Happiness is a cigar called Hamlet, the mild cigar.
All right, great. So my turn, huh? That was brilliant, George.
That was great, wasn't it? Now it's your turn. Now you were the one who had said I had to go off and find the version of Creep, which I think I did pretty.
You did really well.
So, what is your challenge, sir?
So actually, this was I'll put the name down here. This was actually a subscriber told me about this when we did Prince and on the Guitar Gods, and they said you just got to check out Prince doing Creep at the Coachella in 2008.
Prince doing Creep. That's an interesting combination, really, isn't it?
So there's a couple of things. First of all, this is taken from the desk.
Okay.
And then from all the footage, from fans' footage on their phone, they've made a video.
Oh, wow.
So it starts off dark to begin with, and then it will come in. But it's a very different take. I think it's just Prince putting on an amazing show.
Okay.
It's great. Okay. It's just Prince. It's Prince.
Okay.
Prince, his little moves, everything. So let's get in there. And then, because, it's a great track. Stay to the end on this one, everyone, because you're going to see what Prince can do on that guitar.
He was a guitar god, wasn't he? So, a much, Okay.
All right.
Okay. I think I'm queued up. I think I've got my headphones.
Fantastic. Well, then let's just go straight into it.
Okay,
3. Yeah. See you on the other side, my man. 3, 2, 1. Boom.
here before. Look me in the eye. It's just like an angel. Skin makes you cry. I float like a feather. This beautiful world. You wish you were special. So do I. Oh. You don't care if it hurts. You just wanna have control. You want a perfect body. You want a perfect soul. You want me to know. When you're not around, I wish you were special. Yes, I do. 'Cause I think you're special. Oh, maybe I'm just a
Whoa.
He was a master. He really was a master. That that guitar god thing. He's a guitar god for sure.
The
Really
the,
is
the
amazing.
Thamesmen has opened up the whole world of Prince for me. I'm now I'm just really waking up to how good he was.
Yeah, I mean, he was a ridiculously talented musician.
He
Really good.
was
And
he was in total control of that stage.
yeah. He like he had the pace, the timing, the like just it was like a great showcase for him. Like his
Yeah.
vocals as well,
Oh
and
my God.
like the sound of his voice is so. I mean, that was 2008, and I remember first hearing that kind of sound of his
Yes.
voice with like 1985 with like was like 84, 85, like Darling Nikki or whatever it was. Do you remember that? Like it was a bit risque and it had a bit like the lyrics were a bit, and but he had that voice where it was just like just that range, and
You're absolutely right about the voice and the phrasing of it, but he was on so much command of the stage. There was no rush to start that song. And which was just, he's so in control. And then what I really liked about this cover is he didn't try and cover it.
No,
It
it was a song, but it wasn't just I'm repeating the song. I'm doing a Prince song,
different phrasing, different vocal lines to suit his vocal line, the whole falsetto bit, the little and all that. And he just, it could have been written by him. It could have been his song. He absolutely owned that. And I mean that, and also Jesus bloody Christ, that second solo.
Oh, that was amazing. That really was guitar god territory there, really, wasn't it?
He went into like double time.
Yeah.
And
then he hangs up his guitar and walks, just on stage with no guitar. Like, hey, I've done that bit. I'm like,
I can play guitar. Yeah. I can wear heels. I can play guitar. I can sing. I can play the piano. I can do everything. Yeah. So, loved it. Absolutely loved it. Really loved it. It was, I mean, I read some comments in the YouTube comment, and there was a couple of people, and they were saying that they were there in the crowd and they were just bawling their eyes out.
Really?
Yeah, because he had that much grip on the crowd, and he was doing a beautiful Radiohead song, and you don't expect it, and it was So I could see why. I'll be bobbing like a baby there in my pint of cider.
You pint of cider. I mean, I always hear about Coachella, and I've never been. I mean, it's outside LA. So what's it out in Indio? Like if you head like east of here. Because I mean, we used to go to like our muddy old festivals in England,
Yeah, but you know why you can't go to Coachella now?
Why? Because I'm old.
Well, you look like a policeman if you did. Undercover policeman, right? So, I mean, you would be there, and then all the youth would look around you and go, "Oh yeah, there you go. There's an undercover cop," and you'd be trying to.
I don't know. Do you think so? I think American undercover cops are probably better looking than I am. They probably have like chiseled cheeks and cleft chins, and they look like something out of like a Hollywood movie, maybe.
You serious? American cop? Oh, okay. But I can't put up with the toilets anymore. That's it. I can't put up with the toilet. I mean, that's the end of my festival days. Last time you and I went to a festival, we went to the psychedelic festival, the Levitation, and everyone was camping, right? There was like 5 spots for RVs. We got one. We got an air-conditioned RV. We got in early. We got the prime spot. We paid our way, and
we
and then at lunch,
our way in, didn't we? We VIP parking
at lunch we
hook up.
Yeah. Do you remember at lunch we'd go home for a nap or something?
Turn on the air conditioning.
Yeah, that's the way to do festivals these days. Especially my age.
Yeah, well,
right.
Maybe you can still do it. I mean, but Coachella is out in the desert, and it's like 1,000,000 degrees out there. I mean, I don't know if that seems appealing to me, really, with LA traffic on either side of it. I don't know.
Nah, I don't know. Never been. I would love it. I would go to Glastonbury again. I want to go to another Levitation. I'll do that again.
I like a festival with lots of little fields and things and bits and pieces going on, so you can keep moving. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So when you get out your head and you wonder when you see a new light, you just go, ooh, follow the light. No, not that at all. No, different stages we need with different sorts of music. That's what we need. Right. Shall we take a break and then come back and score these and see how they go head to head?
Sounds like a good idea.
All right. See you after the break.
Send away now for this handsome chest wing. Simply a fix to the torso for that devil-may-care caveman look.
Alternatively, stick to a pack of Panama cigars. This will bring you instant six appeal, because there are 6 of those smooth-smoking Panama cigars in every packet. Panama, the only cigars with 6 appeal.
All right, welcome back. And as you can see, we now have the Laser Scoreboard Mark III up.
Mark 3?
Well, it's Mark 2. Right. So I think, if it's okay with you, George, that we both go and score Radiohead first.
Got it. That sounds like a sensible plan. And let's see where that comes in, and then we'll do the Prince version. So
Good. All right.
All right. So Radiohead Creep. That was my choice. So you go first. I think is that how it works, isn't it? So.
Yeah. Just phenomenal. Did not think you would pull a version like that out of the back. I mean, it was. Oh man, I'm so glad I'm not a teenager. I would just be really just like just crumpled with anxiety about going to college with my perfect body. Yeah, great, brilliant version, great song, fantastic, really, entranced. But that's an 8.5.
8.5. All right.
8.5 out of 10.
Oh, that's a good score. Okay. Well, I mean, Radiohead, Oxford band, Oxford born, Creep, classic track, amazing performance. That note that went forever. It's like that sustain we had before, like just keeps on going. And and it was heartfelt, and it was like a primal scream at some point, and I think the performance was the whole band, Radiohead, with Tom York doing his thing. So I'm going like 8.9 on that one. 8.9.
He's gone big on his own score there.
Well, it is Radiohead, and
it is Radiohead. It is. And what they say about what do they say about Oxford? Oxford born, Oxford bred.
Thick in the arms,
thick in the head. That's it. What do you give it? An 8.9?
8.9. So shall I quickly total that up?
Do that.
Fire up the computer, and we're going to have an 8.5 and 8.9. So that's it's a 16, 17.4, I think, isn't it?
Can you, and when you put it on the scoreboard, can you just leave it a little bit pointing kind of out to the right? So then when we put on...
Yep, I'll tell you what I'll do. Is I'll put a little star against it.
Well, I mean, no one can read that board from here. I would just move it to the right. Your spider handwriting.
17.4. Oh, okay. So it's the same as Fleetwood Mac Dreams. Is it comes down to the who wins the fight or who supports who?
Yes. Would Radiohead support Fleetwood Mac? Yes, they might do. Would Fleetwood Mac support Radiohead? No, they wouldn't. So I think they're underneath. What do you think?
Yeah. Okay. So it's going to drop between Fleetwood Mac Tusk, which was amazing, and it's going to drop in there. Or you wanted a little bit to the right, didn't you?
Yeah. So we can just see where they edge out.
Yeah. Okay. Does that make sense?
Is that little red dot? Is that dot? Okay. Right. Okay. So this is it. This is the crux of the matter here. Right, let's get straight on and let's see how Prince stacks up next to Radiohead. It's my track.
Yeah.
You go first.
I go first. I went 8.9 on the Radiohead version. I like Prince. I thought it was amazing. I really thought it was good. It was all Prince all the time. Like you said, command of the stage, like stunning guitar work. didn't have the same emotion for me as Radiohead, that version of Radiohead. So I'm gonna give it an 8.8. To be honest with you, that's what I'm gonna go for.
8.8. That's a high score.
It's just, I mean, it's still a stunning version.
Yes.
But it was. I can't give it more than the Radiohead version.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep. Okay. All right. So you gave an 8.8. Right. Here we go.
Okay.
I think it was better than Radiohead.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is not to do with the songwriting. It's to do with the performance. If I was in the crowd of both shows, I would have preferred to see the Prince one, and that is because it was more mature. It was a performer who is in total command of a festival. You couldn't take your eyes off him. He could just walk across. It was absolute perfect Prince. It had all the ingredients in there for me. The solos were phenomenal. The sounds on the keys were phenomenal. The timing was phenomenal. If money for money, ticket for ticket, I would have preferred to be in the Prince concert, seeing that track.
All right.
And on that note, I'm going to give it a 9.1.
Oh, okay. So let's we're going to fire up the computer on that one then, and we're going to have an 8.8 and a 9.1. So that's a 17.9, is it?
Oh, how did it stack up?
Oh, do you want the little red stars again?
Yes, please. So because we can't read that scroll, we're going to need this was donated by our subscribers. This is all the donations we've had. So,
give me the job of handwriting when I have no handwriting.
I'm dyslexic. I'm dyslexic. Any band more than 5 letters, we're in trouble. Anything with a D or a B. Why did they make the word dyslexic the hardest word ever to spell? It's like a stupid joke against me. I've also got a lisp. I can't say that word.
Yeah, you should. Well, yeah,
Why did they make the word lisp? Lisp. It's an internal joke by in the hospital.
The universe has a sense of humor.
No. Can you imagine the doctor just like? I thought of a name.
Can we put more S's in it, please?
Yeah.
It's not enough S's there.
Can you imagine the dyslexic teacher like, well, just put an X in it or maybe a Y. They never get that one. I know what. Begin it with a B and then think it's a D. Just let's really start off on the trickiest letter. Anyway, how does it stack up?
Oh, yeah, that'd be better. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
17.9.
Yes.
Ooh, okay. All right. We don't have to have a fight to see where this ends up. It's actually just below the Fontaines DC.
Did it go above? Did it go above Radiohead?
It did.
That's a problem with this. Now everyone on Radiohead is going to just stab you with a pen.
Yeah. That's all your fault.
Okay. Well, no, I stand behind that. If we're just doing song versus song, I would have preferred to have seen that. I would have been spellbound watching that performance by Prince.
It would have been amazing. It would have been a magic place to be. And I'm sure, like, maybe we keep having sort of subscribers who come in and say, "I was at that show." If you were at that Prince show, was it really that magic?
Did you cry? Did you cry?
Did you cry?
Yeah.
And if you were at the Radiohead show, equally,
did you cry?
Just watching it through the video, and I would love to know how it felt at the time, sort of thing. So
it's like Adele. Why would you ever go to an Adele gig? All you do is cry. No, I mean, like, everyone's so hurt, right, to go and see Adele. What are you meant to do at an Adele? Are you meant to cheer, or are you just meant to cry? Can you imagine, like, 20,000 people just crying? She's so depressed.
She's not depressed. She's got some great pop songs.
Anyone who's been injured loves Adele. It's like, yeah. I mean, it's the most, you've got to be in a lot of pain to listen to Adele. It's like, if you put Adele on, I'd ask you who hurt you. I would get the dolly and I'd ask you to point where they touched you.
Where you don't do that.
That's what you do for an Adele gig. Was it there?
No. Adele has an amazing, unbelievable vocal range.
She does. But it's also sad. What are you going to do? You can't clap.
I bet there's a happy Adele song.
You can't cheer.
No, there are happy Adele
They're in
songs.
therapy. They stop for therapy. It's a halftime show. Anyway, there's controversy. Look, we put Prince above Radiohead.
Yeah, Radiohead. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I think on that note, we should wrap this up.
Yes, because we
Now-
have
now-
one more covers to covers after this.
Yeah, we're gonna do another one. And please like and subscribe and comments. We love your comments. We love your interaction. And if you got other great covers versus covers, let us know. It's kind of an interesting. We've never done this before, so it's an interesting process. And
We can insult two groups of fans.
we could,
We can do double the damage.
that's
Bad. Maybe this is a lot.
It's like doing Guilty Secrets, but
That was bad.
Actually, no, the Guilty Secrets though.
Oh,
Moonlight
can we go
Shadow.
back to Guilty Secrets, right? You stomped on Mike Oldfield, and then you picked Willie Nelson, and then thank you, everyone out there, because Mike
Viewers
Oldfield fans
voted, and
stomped
they
on you.
prefer- Yeah, the viewers really like your Moonlight Shadow. So,
Moonlight Shadow.
okay,
great.
okay. Yeah.
Right, see you in the next program. I'm looking forward to the next one.
All right, mate. Catch you later.
Cheers, then.
See ya. Bye.